Tonight, we're talking about the patron saint of getting absolutely railroaded by a corrupt judicial system, Saint Alex Jones. Whether you like him or not, he is the sacrificial lamb for a new kind of legal warfare. What's happening here is a blueprint for how they'll come after anyone else who steps out of line. Now, we won't spend too much time on the original sham trial, the one where installed judges found him liable for $1.4 billion. So let's look at the robbery of the brand. In November 2024, The Onion was declared the auction winner despite not having the highest cash bid. How? They used what's called a credit bid, forgoing part of that imaginary $1.4 billion judgment to outbid a $3.5 million cash offer from pro-Jones bidders. First, how the fuck is that legal? Second, it's kind of hilarious that The Onion is so broke they couldn't even scrape together $3.5 million without a handout. The fraud was so blatant that even the federal bankruptcy judge halted the sale, saying no one should leave an auction with the perceived lack of transparency that occurred here. But when the federal court wouldn't play ball, they just shopped for a friendlier venue in state court. They cooked up this licensing deal where The Onion pays $81,000 a month, which they're probably struggling to afford, to rent the name Infowars and turn it into a parody site. They want to wear Alex Jones's skin while mocking him. My God, The Onion and whoever owns it are such parasitic vultures. Does anyone think that they give a fuck about the Sandy Hook families? They like the headlines and the handouts that they're getting. Now, as of April 30th, the court-appointed receiver finished off the job. They used a classic starve the beast tactic. They simply stopped paying the bills for the studio. No rent, no internet, no lights. They effectively evicted a media company by letting the infrastructure lapse while the appeals were still pending. And where is the DOJ hero in all of this, Todd Blanche? Well, that total dickhead had a chance to stop the rot, and he didn't. When DOJ official Ed Martin tried to look into the legality of this whole mess, Blanche personally ordered him to shut it down. Blanche protected a corrupt receivership process instead of the law. For Christ's sake, at least Bondi was hot. This piece of shit doesn't even have that going for him. Look, I don't love everything Alex Jones says. He throws a million darts at the wall. Some of them hit, and some of them are fucking wild. He was right about the frogs, though. I'm just saying. But what he is doing is exposing the filthy, rotten machinery of the world. Both sides of the spectrum should defend him. However, both sides of the aisle working together to silence a voice they can't control. The legal system handed Jones a sandwich made of elephant and donkey shit. How long until you find yourself having to swallow down the same corrupt rubbish?
Bad prophet on the airways.
That's the take.